Hello everyone. So today we'll be learning about a concept called input output, and this topic is a little bit lengthy, so we'll be covering this particular topic in two sessions. So let's just understand what exactly is input output. So basically input output is a rearrangement of the data or sequence or a message which has some, it could be a combination of words and numbers, or the data could have only words or could have only numbers, and that particular rearrangement is based on some rules. So there are basically 3 to 4 variations which can be asked under input output. One is problems based on shifting. The second one is problems based on arrangements. Then third variation is problems based on mathematical operations, and there could be questions or problems which might not fit into any of these categories, so we are putting them under miscellaneous category. So we will be looking at each one of them one by one and understanding how shifting is different from arrangements, or how mathematical operation questions are to be dealt with. So the first basic kind of the technique that has been used in input output is shifting. Okay, now in shifting, how do I identify that this is a question of a shifting? Now let's understand, this is the usual input output problem would look like, that there would be an input string of numbers or words or both of them, and there would be some steps defined. In each step some operation is being done. That means the words or numbers are being moved from one place to another following certain rule. So what, as a aspirant or as a candidate, we are supposed to do, we have to understand that what is the rule that has been used here in shifting the words or numbers. ठीक है, ये स्टेप्स देखकर हमको समझना है कि हम किस हिसाब से नंबर्स को और वर्ड्स को अरेंज कर रहे हैं या शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं या वैल्यू चेंज कर रहे हैं. सो अगेन आप ये बोल सकते हैं, दिस टॉपिक इज वेरी ऑब्जर्वेशनल बेस्ड topic. You need to look through these steps and understand what is happening when I'm moving from step 1 to step 2. Kya hua step 2 to step 3? When I moved, what happened step 3 to step 4? So what has happened in each step, you need to understand that. Then only you will be able to make questions, or you will be able to crack questions based on input output. So here, if you can see, our input string was a 7-word sentence which was like, I am not coming home for dinner. And step 4 is the last step of this input output question. And step 4, I am seeing the last output. This would be like the output of 4 steps. And here I can see coming for am dinner home not I. Okay, so you cannot see that the words are arranged in alphabetical order, that we cannot see here. So there is no specific order. It's just that the words in the input string have been jumbled up following some pattern. So this is a classic question on shifting. Let's understand how shifting works. So here, when we see one thing, how can we guess that it is a case of rearrangement or shifting? The main thumb rule is that when the words remain unchanged, it would be a case of either rearrangement or shifting. And when I don't see any order in the output, then it should tell me that it is a case of shifting, not arrangement question. Okay, so for convenience, what we have done, we had a 7-word sentence. I am not coming home for dinner. So we had a sentence, I am not coming home for dinner. So it has 7 words. What we have done, we have numbered each word, as in I is like the first word, am is the second, not is 3, coming is 4, home is 5, for is 6, and dinner is 7. Now a step 1. So our input string is in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in a step 1, what we have done, we have swapped the first and the last word. So you can see step 1, what has happened. first and last have been swapped and second and third have been swapped. Let me take you back and let's understand. See, if this was 1 and this was 7, so we can see in step 1 we have got dinner here and we have got I here. So 1 and 7 have swapped and am not have become not am. So 3 2 also have been interchanged. Coming home for has remained unchanged. In step 2, what we have done? In step 2, first and second have been swapped. The last two have been swapped and third and fourth have been swapped. So again, you see dinner not has become not dinner. Am coming has become coming am. And for I has become I for. Same that has been mentioned in the step 2. In step 3, again the pattern that has been used in step 1, that means swapping the first and last and second and third. So step 3, for and not have exchanged their places and coming and dinner have exchanged their places. So we can see these two steps are being repeated. Okay, so step 3 is nothing but a reiteration of step 1, whereas step 4 is nothing but reiteration of step 2. So our final outcome is 4 6 2 7 5 3 1. We can just arrange the words accordingly. So our answer should be coming for am dinner home not I. Let's say I have a sentence which goes like, I will buy you noodles for lunch. This is an input string and I want to know what is going to be the output. Since this has 7 words and my output should be 4 6 2 7 5 3 1, we can simply make the output. 4 would be you, 6 is lunch, 2 is will, 7 is lunch, then we'll have 5 which is noodles, 3 buy and I. So if we have understood the pattern, we can create the output for another input string. I hope now you are clear with the shifting questions. Usually what happens in input output problems is that the structure is same as like what we have seen in coding decoding, that there is a sample problem given. So using the sample problem, we understand that if there is an input string, what has happened in each step and finally what the outcome is going to look like. And then there would be another problem given and we have to use the same kind of input output rearrangement on that problem that has been given for us to solve. So the usual structure is same like a coding decoding problem. There is going to be a sample problem, understand the pattern, then there is another problem, use that pattern on that given problem. Now, another kind of problems which are being asked in input output is problems based on arrangement. So we have 3-4 variations here. Left arrangement, where words in the input are arranged from the left side in the dictionary order. Right arrangement, words in the input are arranged from the right side in dictionary order. Left right arrangement, alphabetically first and last words are arranged at first and last place. For numbers, they can be arranged in increasing or decreasing order, and there could be a variation where arrangement of words and numbers are done simultaneously. Let's have a look at each one of them one by one. So from left, the first variation, we have the input string Sachin, Dhoni, Zahir, Kumble, Virat. What has happened in step 1? If I want to order these 5 names in alphabetically, we can see Dhoni is the first one that will come alphabetically. Then we will have Kumble, then Sachin, Virat and Zahir. So in step 1, I have brought Dhoni ahead because Dhoni is the first alphabetical word and rest have remained same. Sachin, Zahir, Kumble, Virat in the same order. In second step, Kumble has been brought ahead. So to give it an alphabetical order, then we have Sachin, Zahir, Virat. So Sachin is at the right place. Only in the step 3 we will have to arrange Virat, and we'll have to bring Virat ahead of Zahir. Now our entire input string has been alphabetically arranged. So when we see words have been arranged alphabetically order from left, that is a from the left side arrangement. The same thing can be done from the right side, as it has been done in this question, where input is cat, rail, snow, moon, fear. Now alphabetically cat should come first, then fear, then moon, then rail, and then snow. What we see in step 1, we have brought snow in the first place. That means we are arranging this particular string in the reverse alphabetical order, or we can say we are putting them in from the right side in the dictionary order. And rest 4 words have been kept in the order cat, rail, moon, fear. In the next step, rail has been moved forward, then moon, and then cat and fear have been arranged. So our in output string, the words are arranged in the reverse alphabetically order: snow, rail, moon, fear, cat. Left and right alternate arrangement. So input string is Kohli is the most talented batsman. So here if we arrange the words in the input string in alphabetical order, first word should be batsman, second should be is, then Kohli, then most talented, and then last one should be the. So here this is the alphabetical order of these 6 words. Now in step 1, what we have done, we have brought batsman to the front, and rest has been in the same order. In the next step, the, which is the last word in the alphabetical order, that has been brought to the back. Second word in the alphabetical order is, so that has been brought here. Talented has to be 5th, and Kohli and most have already been arranged in that order. So we have not taken, much of the steps were not required here. As we can see, some of the words are already arranged in the order that we want it to be. Okay, so whenever this would happen, mostly where we have the input string is mostly consisting of the words. So the alphabetically first would be taken to the left side, and alphabetically last are taken to the right side here. Increasing and decreasing order, this would happen mostly in case of numbers. So our input string is 18, 5, 70, 25, 46. In step 1, we can see 5 has been brought forward because 5 is the smallest number, and then rest have followed in order: 18, 70, 25, 46. 18 is already following the order. So in step 2, what we have done, we have brought 25 ahead, then 70 and 46, they have to be arranged, and in the step 3, 46 have been brought forward or ahead of 70, and now all our numbers are arranged in the increasing order: 5, 18, 25, 46, 70. You can also see reverse of this, that in a specific input output question, the numbers are arranged in the decreasing order. So in the decreasing order, the largest number would be brought to the left, then the second largest, and so on and so forth. On the right hand side, we would find the smallest number. Words or numbers simultaneously. This is the last variation in the arrangements question. Now in this input string, you can see some words are also being there, and there are some numbers are also being there. Okay, so the input string is good, more, 63, 39, 28, 4, again 66. In step 1, what we have done, we have brought 66 ahead. Okay, so the trick to identify the pattern in an input output question is to first look at the output string. What has happened here? If we look closely, we see numbers 66, 63, 39 and 28. They have been arranged in the decreasing order. So our input string has 4 numbers. If I arrange in decreasing order, they are like this. And in our, if we look at words, again for good more. So words in the alphabetical order are again for good more. And in the output string, I can also see one interesting pattern, that a number is followed by a word. Again we have a number, then a word, number, word. So in step 1, what we have first, we are first arranging the numbers. We have brought the largest number to the left side. Rest all numbers or all the numbers or words are kept as they were. In this step 2, we have brought the alphabetically first word to the forward. Again has come here. Rest again are in order. In step 3, so we are following the pattern number, word, number. So the second number in the decreasing order has been brought forward. In step 4, 4, which is the next word in the alphabetical order, that has been brought forward. So these 4 are arranged as of now. Now out of the remaining 4, again it's the turn of a number to be arranged. So we've got the next number in the decreasing order, 39. Good has already been arranged in order. We wanted the good to be the next word, and it's already coming at its own place. Out of the last two, more and 28, 28 has to be moved forward because the number has to come before the word. So the moment we arrange 28, or we brought forward 28 in ahead of more, our arrangement is complete. So what we have seen here, the numbers have been arranged in the decreasing order. The words have been arranged in the alphabetical order, and in each step, in one step we have worked on number, in the second step we have worked on word, then again number and again word. So that pattern has followed, and we have got the output string like this. I hope now it is clear how to solve the questions on input output, and the variation that we have discussed today here is shifting and arrangements. In the next session, we'll be discussing the variations, where we will be seeing at input output problems based on mathematical operations and also the miscellaneous type of problems. Okay, few tricks to keep in mind before we wind up this session. That in arrangement problem, if the input is not given to us, the previous step cannot be determined. What do I mean by here? Let's say in a question, input is not given to you. Input is not provided to you, and you have been given with step 4, and you have been asked to find that what is step 1, 2 or 3. That means you have been asked to find any of the previous step. So in such a case where input is not available, it's not possible to find out what is going to be the previous steps, or what are going to be the steps before this particular step, and the safest answer in this case would be directly B, cannot be determined. Another thing that you should keep in mind, if in any input string you find that there are n words or n numbers, in total there are n words or numbers, then the arrangement will take at most n minus 1 steps to complete. Now remember, at most talks about the maximum limit. So if any input string has 8 words or letters, the arrangement would be done in maximum 7 steps. We are talking about the maximum limit. It could be that the arrangement is finished in 5 steps or 6 steps, but in no case it can exceed 7 steps. So that's what you need to keep in mind while solving input output questions. So see you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.